So on this first video, we're going to talk about what is recession and a couple other factors that goes into that. What causes recession potentially this time? And more importantly, I want to make a distinction of how is this one different from 2008, as some of us has experienced that was a housing crash. So let's start with what is recession. Recession is defined as two consecutive slowdown of the GDP, the gross domestic product. And that is just a strict definition. The more important piece of information that I want to share is that we are in the longest economic recovery in American history for the last 60 months. And if you have been in the Bay Area for the last few years, you know our appreciation has been very, very strong. Some areas see 20%, some see 10 to 15, and the historic norm is somewhere between 3 to 7. So that kind of recovery in many ways is not sustainable. So a recession is bound to happen just based on the economic cycles. It's been recovering for so long, and we're going to hit a slowdown. Now, this is just a definition of recession, and I want to bring that perspective first. And the second one that's more important to answer is this one the same as 2008? And I think that's a lot of the questions, and more importantly, the concerns and the worries in many people's in the back of their mind, especially if you have lived through 2008. I was in the Bay Area in 2008, and I actually started my real estate career around that time. It was certainly not a very desirable scenario for many, many, many people, and I remembered it. And I can appreciate the concerns and especially the fear that comes with it. And I'm here to share the information from a lot of top economists. They are definitely saying the upcoming recession is not the same as 2008. 2008 was caused by a mortgage meltdown. Back in those days, people were taking out loans and getting qualified when they shouldn't have. So that was a big factor, and that kind of led into the housing crash of 2008. So that particular recession was caused by the housing and mortgage market. Now the upcoming one is more has to do with the current world economy, and many of the top economists surveys what they believe may be the causes. The top ones are the first one is the trade war with China. The second one is geopolitical event. So just what's going on with the world. We are so connected nowadays. One thing affects another really quickly. And housing actually coming in number 9 as a potential reason why we have recession. Excuse me. So my thoughts are, yes, recession is coming because we have a slowdown in the economy from the longest recovery that we have. But it is not the same with 2008. So my first message, and probably the most important one, which one is the first video here, is understand why there's recession, and more importantly, don't let the war trigger any deep-seated fear. With fear, you tend to have indecision and making decision based on wrong information. And I already mentioned this in the intro video, which is the news media is here to sell a newspaper, and the best way to do that is use fear. So my first and foremost message is stay calm. Talk to people who have the right information, whether it's a real estate agent, financial advisor, people who are around you to advise you, to make sure they also are calm and have the right information, and not to make a decision based on what you read in a couple newspaper. Really do the research and make decision based on that. So that's the first video, and my message is stay calm and talk to the right people who have the right information.